Well, traders, got the merch on, got the t-shirt, and I got the hat on today for our live day trading session. What's going on, guys? Johnny here with another live day trading session. It is it's February 25th, 2026. Hope you guys are all having a great start to your day. And we are live, guys. We are live. Let's see what we can make of it. Market's pushing up to 611.50 during the pre-market session. So love to see that. Let's see what happens. If we get some continuation to the upside, or is it going to begin to sell off? Market opens in about 1 minute. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay and see me okay, because we are live. All right. And we got the merch on, got the hat, got the shirt. If you want to buy one of these shirts, you definitely can by clicking the link in the description. Buy low, sell high shirt, and I could also get a link for the hats whenever you guys are ready. Good morning, good morning. Bitcoin pushed up to 66,600. That's insane. Let me actually put the link in there. Boom. Thank you. Early morning here. There we go. There's a link to the t-shirt I'm wearing. And you can see, pretty cool. I know we had a member buy it already. You can definitely get yours whenever you're ready. Okay, market is officially open. Now we do have about 50 shares of MSTZ. We'll see how high up the market can push. Trump did have a State of the Union, or he addressed the State of the Union last night. So we'll see as far as that goes. How much it pushes the market up. Again, could be an overreaction. Bitcoin not really pushing up or doing anything at all. MSTZ, again, have 50 shares at a 1339 average. Looking at adding some more to this when it makes sense to us. And let MSTR push. If it wants to push up with the market, let it. We'll buy some more at the overbought levels. There we go, 130. There we go, big push. MSTZ down to 13. Very nice. Bitcoin selling off, MSTR slightly pushing up. We're going to let this sell off as low as it needs to go. Markets are pumping. Markets looking bullish. Markets are about 1% due to whatever Trump said. He said a lot last night, guys. If you watched it, you would have found it pretty hilarious. Also have trade your plan, not your emotion mug. We're all decked out today with the gear. You can get all this gear with the links in the description. All right, let's see what happens here. QQQ pushing up. Let's see, how high can QQQ push up? You could probably push up, I could try to push up to 620s, 630s, 640s. We'll see if this is just the beginning. It did find a lot of support around 600, 599, right around that range. Just like previously, where it was continuously getting rejected around 627, 628. It was getting rejected last week right around 6 615, 616. So we'll see, you know, if it pumps up to those levels, or if this is just another overreaction like yesterday. Markets pumped up very briefly and then sold off pretty dramatically after that initial pump. So I guess that was on Monday, and then yesterday it sold off and then pushed up. So let's see what happens. Bitcoin selling off slightly, and this is already retracing back up to 13. Gonna add another 20 shares at and we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait a minute. BTC, if it breaks the 45 EMA, that is when I'd be more interested in taking a short. As you can see here, it has just kind of been holding above it very well, showcasing strong support level. Basically did that yesterday too. Let's see. Yeah, yesterday right here with this nice push up. We thought it was going to break around this level. It never did. And then finally, when it does break, it tends to just kind of fade away and sell off. Pumped up, sold off. So right now it's pumping. Let's wait and see if we do get confirmation of it crossing over the 45 EMA. MSTR continuing to push up as well. So let this thing push up. Okay. NASDAQ at 613. 613. To do a limit order for 20 shares at $13. I'd feel comfortable buying it at 13. Oh, it looks like we're gonna get filled. Beautiful. Beautiful. We got filled at 12.98, even better. Even better. So we have a light position here, about 70 shares, almost about $900. So I'll keep buying the bottom. And you can make a lot of money with 70 shares. You really can. You don't need a lot of shares to make money at $13, even if it pushes back up to the moving average to 14. Now that's like 70 bucks right there. Pushes back up to 16. It's like 140. So go pushing. Bitcoin selling off, dropping below that moving average. Add 10 more. So we should be up 80 now. But 80 shares, right around $1,000. Trading MSTZ today. BTC curling over. See if we get more selling pressure. That would be amazing. A nice little $80, $100 day. Now QQQ can continue to push up. It's still very early on. It's only the first 5 minutes of market open. We can see this begin to push up higher, which means MSTR has the potential to push up higher as well. Okay, if it does push up 132, 133, then it makes sense to buy some more MSTZ. Obviously, MSTZ has a descending pattern right now, so we are anticipating the rally. Okay, MACD is super oversold. We're just anticipating the rally here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a limit order. I don't know if we'll actually get it, but I'm gonna put a limit order down at $13 again. If it does come down to that level. And I'm gonna wait because I don't think we are gonna get it actually. Looks like it's pushing up pretty good. I'll show you guys my P&L. Okay, Bitcoin, this is exactly what we wanted to see. Breaking that ascending pattern, breaking structure as far as it being bullish above the 45 EMA. Broke it, now selling off. Let's see how low it can go. Update these alerts a little bit here. Love to see this break above. Let's see, $13. If it hits 13, we'll buy more. If it goes above 13.50, obviously we'll definitely consider locking in some profits. QQQ holding pretty well above 16.13. I'd love to see a drop below 16.1250. for some more selling pressure. Beautiful. Market tends to have overreactions, and that is what we are playing off of. American Airlines at 13, SoFi pushed up to 19.50, Hood's at 77, then selling off. Netflix pushed up to $80. Not bad, not bad. Netflix pushed up from lows of 75 to 80, Hood from 69 to 77, SoFi from lows of 17 to 58. I do believe Nvidia reports their earnings. Is it today or tomorrow? Let's take a look. And the weekly economic calendar under the wealth resources section of our Discord. This is free access to you guys. Hope you guys are utilizing these resources and using them to your advantage. AMC reported earnings last night, so we'll take a look at that. Nvidia reports their earnings tonight after close, as well as Salesforce and Snowflake. And then tomorrow after close, we have CoreWeave, Marathon, Dell, SoundHound. So very interesting to see what happens with that. Also, I want to showcase some profits, guys. We gotta show these guys some love. $155 for Ezekiel, one of our members, and it looked like he was watching our live stream video as he was selling this position. So pretty freaking cool. Love to see you guys winning. You know, of course, that's not the only one that's winning here, but if you want to share your profits, share them in that profits section. So they will report earnings after close today for Nvidia up to 195. Let's go ahead and look at AMC real quick. AMC reported their earnings. It looks, jeez, AMC is a penny stock now? I didn't know that. AMC used to trade pretty high up there. AMC used to trade within like $25, $50, all the way up to $400 at the peak when the whole GameStop and meme era happened with Roaring Kitty. But it's been selling off ever since. It's now a penny stock on the verge of potentially getting delisted. That is weird. That is weird, guys. Did not know that about AMC. AMCE. Okay, why didn't my alert go off? 613.50. 613.50 for the overall NASDAQ. Bitcoin with a nice little move push up. But MSTR is not really selling off as much. Or MSTR isn't pushing up as much as QQQ is rallying and as Bitcoin rallies. So that's kind of interesting to see. And why is that, right? I'd love to know more about why that is. Guys, I need to get me a new phone stand too. I'm gonna have to look at getting me one for sure. All right, we are anticipating MSTR to push up a little higher. There's nothing wrong with this, guys, okay? We're buying at the tips. We're buying at the peaks, anticipating a sell-off, okay? So we do have about 80 shares right now, with a pretty good average, I think. Let's see, what's our average cost basis? 13.27. 13.27 is our price basis. I'd love to get some more down at 13, but it doesn't mean it has to happen. So, you know, 13.27 still isn't bad. We can go ahead and showcase our cost basis here. You know, I'm risking about 5% or so, maybe less, but I'll be buying down in this area, so I won't be risking a whole lot to potentially make, you know, even back up to 14, around $50 or 5%. If it push up to 15, we're looking more like about 137. And if it pushes up to 16, we're looking at about 200 bucks on 80 shares. Not bad, very light position. And obviously I'll buy some more down here, so we can go buy, limit order. Whoa, not 30, 13. We'll do another 20 shares. Whoa, not 1,020. There we go. 20 shares at 13. We'll see if we even get that. It is possible, but we'll We'll see if we even get that. And that'll bring our cost basis down. And I'd love for you guys to see it, right? It comes down here, we buy 20 shares. This goes from 13.27 to like 13.14, 13.15, something like that. So that'd be cool to show you guys. Yeah, we'll just leave this on just so you guys can see it. Now remember, when you have it in this setting, you have your take profit and your stop loss. So I could set my stop loss here, and then I could set my take profit wherever I think I want to set my take profit, right? So it's a very cool feature. You can then walk away from your computer, go about your day, knowing that you have your trade plan set up. You're not constantly staring at your screen. And I've used it before. It's a great feature, and we'll continue to use it, you know, moving forward. So Bitcoin curling over, nice little pop up, testing the 45 EMA now as a resistance. So we will begin to see it potentially fade away, right? Like yesterday, pushed up above it, held above it pretty decently for the majority of the day. And then as soon as it crossed over and validated as resistance, it just slowly faded away all day long and continued to get rejected by it. So that's a great example to see. This is exactly what we wanted for MSTR, right? So QQQ pumping, it's up to 614, guys. Let it pump. Did anybody watch this Trump address State of the Union? Let's see if we could find any key points. Let's see, key points from last night's State of the Union. Let's see. So some key takeaways. Economic performance. Trump toted lower gas prices. Watch, let me just do this so that way you guys aren't having to, you know, wait for me to read. You guys can actually read it if you see fit. This is what's going on in the market today. Lower gas prices, a booming stock market, and a record high mortgage market. He said a booming stock market. It's actually down pretty significantly, or at least flat. We blame Democrats for inflation, which he claimed was plummeting. Trump defended his administration deportation policies and immigration enforcement, claiming lower border crossing. He also pushed for ID and citizenship verification legislation. Political climate. Historical context. Was the longest address in history, with the focus on his administration achievements and a call to Congress to enact his initiatives. Wow. I'm sure I could probably find maybe I could find a better one. Let's see. What's crypto doing? Still getting rejected. I do have my limit order. I only want to buy when MSTR pumps. So if MSTR pushes up again, then MSTZ could sell off. And I would be more than happy buying more shares at a low, right? Maybe even lower than 13. Like if this goes down to 1282, we could probably get a 13 average. Let's go 1283. Here we go. Bitcoin pushing. QQQ pushing up to 614, almost 615. Let's let it push, right? Sometimes every reaction in the stock market is an overreaction, meaning that this will actually come down. Let's see. 13. Now we could get filled at 13. I'd love to get filled around 1280, because then it would bring this average probably closer to 13. And honestly, we could wait and get even a better average. There we go. MSTR pushing up. So we could find any other kind of key takeaways here. 1294. Okay, Bitcoin pushing. Let it push. MSTR not really pushing up to where I wanted it to. 1297 isn't bad. I feel like it could come down a little bit more. I don't want this to be the area though that I missed the opportunity to buy more. Yeah, it looks like it's already getting weaker. $12.99. There we go. So see, it brought it down to $13.21. Not bad. We'll slowly average down. We have 100 shares. Buying the lows, remember? Buying the highs. So we can short it. We're not trying to chase it and buy up here if we don't need to. So now with that said, 100 shares, potentially a $100 day, just retracing back to where it was pre-market. Obviously, if it pushes higher, we can make more. And of course, there is risk on the downside too, right? So I want you guys to be aware of that. And it's a very light position. 100 shares is pretty light. Technically, this just crossed over. Hold on, let me move my alert, or we're gonna hear that going off. 615, market's up to 615. These overbought reversals are what I love to trade. Let it pump, and then we short it as it reverses. What goes up eventually does come down. But like I was saying, we can get probably like another 150. Yeah, we can get like another 150 shares. So we could always get out of this position. If it round, we can get out of it, cut our losses, or we could always add more to it when we feel and we see fit, giving ourselves a lower average. Okay, don't have to force trades. Just be cool, calm, and collected. Remember to trade your plan, not your emotions. Right? We're gonna let this pump. We're actually gonna set our alerts for MSTR, right? Since that's what we're playing off of, let's set our alerts for MSTR. We got our alerts for Bitcoin, right? I probably don't need this many alerts, but that's okay. And what I'm gonna do is take the alerts off for this right here. And look at that, we could have got a nice 1280 average. We're gonna buy 10 here, 1290s. 1280 would have been nicer though, right? It was a 108-minute speech. That's insane. So yeah, the State of the Union is the reason why the markets are pumping, for anyone who's not aware. Let's see, where was that last order at? Where is my alerts? Messages. Order assistant. Order filled at 1290. Okay, 1290, not bad. Would have liked to get 1280. That's when limit orders come into play. There we go, another 10 shares at 1280. So I have 120 shares. MSTR pushing up, 132. Bitcoin up to 60, almost 67. QQQ holding around 615. Good morning. QQQ is pushing super bullish today. Is it a trap though? We shall see. Yeah, I think so. Anything that pumps up this aggressively in a short period of time usually will come back down, at least to retest some key support levels and at least come down and retrace a little. So what we're doing is we're just buying the highs to anticipate that that sell-off. This is what I would call a overbought reversal. And this is one of the bread and butters I love trading. Let them pump, let it pump really hard, and then I like to trade it when it's overbought. RSI, you can clearly see it's overbought. It's way above 70. At one point it was high as 83. And then look at the MACD, sharp, super high up, and we're going to be beginning to see a small little retracement. Love to see these overbought reversals here. These are my favorite types of trades to play. BTC curling over as well. See that? Overbought, above the RSI, right around 70, curling over, MACD curling over. It's still pump, but we are seeing not as aggressive moves up, right? And it could still push higher, but I love to see it. Keeping it simple, keeping it light. If it does sell off more, we'll buy more. If it begins to push up, we could take a little bit off the top or hold a little longer. Here we go. QQQ. You can't hear me? Uh-oh. Testing, 1, 2, testing. Oh, it's probably on your end, man. Check your audio. Yeah, because we got audio. I'm hearing it. Check your Bluetooth. Yeah, audio looks good on my end, brother. MSTR pumping. Let's move this up to 133. We'll see if we hit that level. We'll put this below 131. And we'll put it at 132. All right. Bitcoin not really pumping the way we thought it would. I mean, it has been. It's very bullish, but we'll see if it continues. Obviously, it can continue all day like it did yesterday. It just kept pumping all day yesterday. STR 132.5, 132.17. Yeah, let's bring this down to 131.50, 131.55, something like that. Okay, MSTZ coming up on some support around 1250, which means MSTR is coming up around 135. Let it push to 135. If it does, then we'll just buy some more of MSTZ down in like the 12 to 11 mark, something like that. Okay, QQQ selling off slightly here. We're going to bring this down to 614.50, something like that. MSTR pushing. Got it fixed. Had to exit and log back in. Nice. I'm glad you got it fixed. Oh man, markets, MSTR is pushing up. Big green candle here. It's probably the first big green candle for MSTR since last week. Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Since last Monday. Pushed up pretty aggressively to 135, got rejected, and then sold all the way off to 122s. See it push up again to 136, 135-ish if it does. MSTZ down to 1260. Just pushed down at 1260. I would have loved to buy more there. That would have been nice. All right, we're going to go ahead and close the cost basis for now. I don't want to get emotional on this trade. We're down about 60. Remember, we're not trading with our emotions, we're trading our plan. I don't want to get emotional with this trade. So all I'm going to do is buy more when we see this begin to sell off. We're just going to end up buying more. QQQ. 615. Raise this to 616. Starting to get weaker. Not as much aggressive push up. Starting to get a lot weaker at this overbought level. Crypto still trying to push higher. Let's take a look at crypto on the 30-minute. It did cross over this moving average. It's trying to hold above the 1 hour. And has plenty of room. It could go up to 70,000, 73,000. It's definitely very possible. Not sure it'll happen, but it is possible. Did a video yesterday talking about how strategy was the most shorted US stock. In a video on that it could possibly go to 50,000, and here we are pushing. 67. MSTR selling off while Bitcoin pumps. Isn't that crazy to see? MSTR is doing its own thing right now by selling off. MSTR back down to 132. This is up slightly. Which is very interesting to see MSTR selling off like that. Okay, Bitcoin up to 67. From lows of 62 to highs of 67 now. Got rejected off of this average, came back down, retested 45 EMA. And it's been holding very well above it ever since. MSTR doing its own thing. It's not able to rally as much as Bitcoin is for some reason. VIX index is at an 18, so remember, just like when it's above 20, markets tend to sell off more. It's more likely and more volatile. Now it's below 20, so markets are less likely to sell off. As you see, it's more bullish today and not as volatile, but that means it's not as choppy, basically, right? We had a day where it was super choppy and the VIX index was pretty high. It was even pretty high yesterday, but today it's staying strong. Holding around 615.70. Nvidia is pushing as well. Let's take a look at Nvidia. Nvidia is, remember, a $4.77 trillion market cap. So when this pushes up, so does the overall market. Microsoft also pushing. This is a $3 trillion company. Right, so these are super overbought. Look at this, how far above on the RSI indicator? Way up in the 80s. Let's see, Nvidia is just as high. It's up in the 70s, right? Netflix is up there. Hood is selling off. SoFi's kind of holding. But everything's pretty bullish. And we're just waiting for a good price, waiting to see some signs of a reversal here. This could be first signs of a reversal potentially, or it could trade flat on QQQ. Bitcoin pushed up to 67,200, just shy of 67.2. And let's see a break below that 45 EMA. MSTR holding around 133. 133. How low can it go? How high can it go? Bitcoin still pushing. Might have gotten a little heavy. A little too many shares right off the bat. That's okay. We could always buy more. Hovering around 615 right now. All right. Yeah, my internet is really bad today. It's in the red. We're in the red. There we go. It's like orangish, kind of yellowish now. All right. There we go. First signs of a potential reversal on QQQ. Definitely getting weaker at this overbought level. Bitcoin curling over. Let's see how low it can go. MSTR definitely curling over here. There we go. Went from down 60 to only down about 30 now. And pushing. Love to see it go back up to retest moving average. Bitcoin selling off. My MST dumped, yeah. Hey, it's all right, Drew. It's all right. It's an overreaction. Like everything, one day of the market pushing higher does not tell us anything that the market's bullish, right? When the market is selling off more than it's pushing up, then we need to understand that, you know, it is okay. It's an overreaction. It's an overreaction, guys. Right? When we have more selling pressure than days that are pumps, this can definitely sell off more. Yes, it's at a critical level. It was at support levels this week, so it can definitely go up to resistance levels. But at the same time, all this horizontal, it's okay. It's below the 45 EMA on the daily, which means we could still see this fade away to retest this moving average and even get lower. If you look at this, it pushed up, and then as soon as it broke the 45 EMA, sold off, broke 200 moving average, sold off down to $400. From highs of 500 to lows of 400, that was a 25% sell-off, right? So now it's just this last year. This was in February of 2025, so it's, we could see something like that happen. 25%, it doesn't necessarily have to be 25%, but could we see lows of 500 maybe? Yeah, definitely. Could we see lows of 600 again? Yes, we could. So people begin to take profits. People are beginning to de-risk, take a little bit out on the top here. Okay. See, we're back up to 13. I'm only down about $20 now. Compared to 60 a minute ago at this level, right? I would have loved to buy more at that level. I should have bought another 100 shares down there, but I don't want to be too aggressive today, right? There's no point in being super aggressive, over leveraging yourself. At least in my opinion, that's not what I'm trying to do right now. MSTR below that 45 EMA, giving it all back. Look at this. Big push up, giving it all back now. Love to see Bitcoin drop below that 45 EMA. And guys, let me know, do you listen to music when you trade? I'm listening to music right now. It's a EDM house mix. I don't know. I like metal too. I like a little bit of country, but I like trading with music. So if it sounds like I'm yelling, I'm sorry. I'm not yelling. I guess I'm talking over the music, but yeah, I think trading with music is awesome. It's so much fun. He's all, I listen to you crying. No, don't be sad. Don't cry. You can listen to music and you can listen to me at the same time. Have one phone with me and then have another phone for just music. I have an old iPhone that, like, you could use, and I got my newer iPhone, right? With my goals. I haven't forgot about you guys. I still got my goals. Want 10,000 LTE members, $25,000 trading account, and 10,000 average views every video by the end of 2026. I'm gonna get there by posting one YouTube video every day, following my trade plan, and making sure I promote my services like the Learn to Earn Discord. Gotta have a plan. Not your picks, just in general a voice that knows what they're doing. Well, glad that's what it's all about. I'm here to help you understand the movement and how to understand overall direction of the market, overbought levels, oversold levels, support and resistance. I drew this support level 4 days ago. Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Friday. I drew the support level on Friday, and it's actually bouncing right off of that support level. So report and resistance levels do tend to repeat themselves, and I love that simple fact that it works like that sometimes. Now, it doesn't always have to play out that way, but more times than not it does. So again, I should have bought more shares on here. Another 80 shares down here would have brought my average down. Man, probably would have brought my average down to 1275, maybe something like that. That's okay. Once you have experience, once you have the confidence levels, you'll be able to tolerate these pullbacks, these reversals. But for now that you're learning, make sure you stay small, make sure you lock in profits and cut losses quicker than you would when you have more experience, right? At one point I was down $60, wasn't even sweating it. And that comes with just experience, right? Just showing up to the market. Here we go. Bitcoin finding a little bit of support above the 45 EMA. I'd like to see this drop below. QQQ kind of holding as well. MSTR below that 45 EMA, so I'd love to see that. It's below the EMA. Let's see it sell off a little more. Ezekiel, I like the music tambien. Definitely helps get in the zone. Yep. But I'm with Drew. I listen to you too. Yeah, and once you guys feel confident, I mean, you necessarily don't have to watch the live stream anymore. Once you're confident, show up every so often, or I mean, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for showing up. But the whole point is to get you to become a profitable trader, to where you don't even need these live streams if you don't necessarily need them, right? But I still watch traders that I've been watching for years just because I want to know their opinion and their thoughts and stuff like that as well. So let's see here. Love to see Bitcoin drop a little bit lower. It looks like it might begin to rally. And we actually got some stuff going on this weekend. So let's see. Tomorrow I'll be here trading live on the trading station, and then Friday I'll actually be trading on the laptop somewhere else. So I'm not going to tell you where just yet, but yeah, we're gonna go on a little adventure with the family and the kids, and you'll get to see what it's like with me trading on the laptop somewhere different. Um, Usually throw these trips on the weekends, um, but usually like once a month, we'll do some sort of a trip with the kids. We brought the New Year's in. We brought in the New Year's at a hotel up in Colorado, and then um, we went back like 2 weeks later, stayed at another hotel, and then I believe we went at the beginning of February. So now we'll go again at the end of February. Just trying to stay, you only have your kids once. They're only the age they are once. And then you keep putting it off, saying, "Oh, we'll go on a trip next year. We'll go on a trip next year." Before you know it, they're adults, right? They're teenagers. They're adults, and we missed all those opportunities. So it's important to take advantage of those opportunities with your family, your kids. If you have friends, take those trips. Plan those moments, right? You could always make more money. You can always work, right? Just make sure you have those time off to spend with your family and friends for sure. It's important. I'm becoming to realize that now that I'm getting older, right? I didn't care so much in my 20s. I just hustled and grinded and worked and did 16-hour days, and I was going to school at the same time and just hustling to get ahead. And sometimes that's okay too. There's nothing wrong with that. But I definitely wish I would have took a step back because I did have kids at such a young age that I wish I would have kind of waited to work so much, right? I have my whole life to work if I want to, but you only have kids once. They're only 1 year old, 2 year old, 3, 4 year old once, 10 years old once. So it's important to take advantage of those times. So yeah, we're doing it. All right, yeah, we already got the room booked and everything. So we'll be taking a little trip. And we are. Let's see here. All right, remember we need those double digits. So if you're watching on the Discord, definitely click that little YouTube logo on the bottom of the right video so you can actually watch on the YouTube platform. Then I will know that you guys are watching this live stream, that you guys care. Smash that like button for me. That does me a solid. And yeah, waiting for Bitcoin to sell off a little bit more. MSTR, not really doing much here, just kind of flatlining. Starting to get a little bit more choppy. QQQ, let's see if it breaks below the 45 EMA. We can see this begin to sell off a little bit more, which would be great to see. Let this sell off a little bit more, maybe even back down to this moving average, which would give us reason for our trade plan to play out even better, right? Bitcoin could get below this 45 EMA, back down to moving average. That'd be great, right around 66.2, and that would give MSTR more reason to sell off back to its own moving average around maybe 129, 130 by the time it gets there. And then at 130, this would push this up maybe to like 1330 for MSTZ. And again, remember, I was down like $60, now down about 20, 27. Cost basis it's light, 120 shares at 13.15, and it's still early in the day. So we're now risking maybe about $40 or so to potentially make 100, just back up to pre-market where it was during pre-market session to that moving average. So it's definitely possible. Doesn't have to happen, doesn't have to play out in the next hour. It could take the day to play out, and it doesn't even have to play out today. And it could play out in the next 5 minutes or so if it chooses to. So yeah, where are we at now? We're at 49 minutes. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'd be more than happy to answer some questions while we're waiting for our trade to play out. And look at that, just shy of of 10. We have 9 people watching. That's fantastic. Almost double digits here. We'll call it 10. I have a little chart that I'm marking every day that we hit close to or we hit double digits. I make a mark, and the more days we have double digits, the more likely I am to do giveaways. We did a giveaway on Sunday during our stock talk. We'll definitely be doing another one. I'm not sure if we'll be home. Um, I'm sure we'll be home by Sunday. We'll see what happens. It'll be the weekend, so wherever I am, I'll make sure to be live. I got my laptop, so we'll be able to, if we stay somewhere later than expected. Yeah, I'm excited. I got the trading t-shirt on. I got the hat. Check it out. I got the hats. We got the mug. We got the t-shirt. I know we had somebody in the live chat buy one of the t-shirts already. There is a link for it in the comment section. And also, if you guys want to participate in the live chat and you're having trouble, it's saying it's not allowing you to chat, you just have to subscribe to the YouTube channel and you can participate in our live chat, ask questions, share stocks, ticker symbols, your thoughts, whatever it is. And remember, a reminder, it's free to subscribe to YouTube. So, subscribe to the channel, man. Help us out. Also going to be putting together the videos. We have quite a few videos that we need to put together for you guys for this Learn to Earn Academy. And guys, I'm just talking right now, so we're just waiting for our trade to play out. I pretty much told you where I'm going to buy, where I'm going to sell, kind of the price points that I'm looking at, kind of what we need to see. So, that's pretty much it for the live stream. But if you guys are sticking around, thank you. Talk a little bit about the course here. Let's see. Where is my curriculum? I think it's right here. Is it this one? It's going to be 6 modules. First module is going to be foundation, charting basics, finding stocks, risk management, executing your trades, and building consistency. Those are the 6 modules that we're going to focus on. Where is it? Right here. No? Oh, man. Oh, right here. Full curriculum. You guys get a sneak peek of it. A sneak peek of the curriculum here. How do I want to do this? Let's see. So I do have it as a Google Doc. Hopefully that doesn't hurt your eyes. But foundation, understanding the stock market. What is a stock market? Key terms that you should know. Type of trader that you are and what fits best for you. Are you a day trader, swing trader, long-term investor? Market hours and volatility, tools you'll need like a broker, charting platform, maybe a little bit of downloadable content. Then we have module 2, charting basics, how to read candlesticks, your body, the wick, the trend, the momentum, support and resistance, how to draw them, why they matter, trend lines, when not to draw lines, how to identify lines, indicators, VWAP, moving average, RSI, and MACD. I use 3 of those. I also have MACD right here. I could always turn the MACD on, this orange line, if I want to. That's volume weighted average price. Usually when it's above it, it's more bullish. When it's below it, it's more bearish. But I do have that there. I just don't like to kind of cloud it a little bit. Chart patterns for beginners, breakouts, pullbacks, reversals. Remember, we trade reversals all the time here. And then some more downloadable content. Module 3, finding stocks to trade, volume, gappers, momentum stocks, catalyst, what creates news and catalyst like earnings, PRs, FDA approvals, market sentiment, whether it's bullish or bearish. Looks like QQQ is holding above this 45 EMA. How to identify A+ setups, when not to trade, when the markets are choppy, low volume, no clear direction. Module 4 is risk management, how to size position, stop losses, risk levels, risk reward, emotional risk, how to build a risk plan, daily max losses, weekly max losses. Number 5 is executing trades, how to enter a trade, how to exit a trade, trade management basics, live trading examples. You'll see some of those for myself from over 2 years of live streaming. You'll be able to see some of those examples that I find. Building your first trading strategy, having an entry and exit, your risk, your rules that you follow. And then module 6 will be building consistency, how to track your trades, journaling, stats, patterns, reviewing your performance on a weekly basis, monthly basis, building routines, psychology for beginners, discipline, patience, your 90-day beginner roadmap, and some more downloadables. So this is a lot, right? We're talking 6 modules, maybe like 60 to 70 videos. It's going to be all at your disposal for our Learn to Earn Academy. And you guys will get this all for free because you are the founding members of this Discord. The first 1,000 members in the free Discord will get transferred to the private Discord and will be the only ones that have access to this Learn to Earn Academy and to the live streams moving forward. Everyone else will have to pay if they want the academy. You also get one-on-one sessions with me. You can DM me. We can talk on a phone. We could talk through text. We could talk through Zoom. Do screen shares, and you guys can use me and all this information as a resource to help you get better as a trader. So I'm super excited. We have a lot of work to do. I'm thinking maybe 60 videos, maybe doing 2 or 3 a day, maybe 5 to 10 on some of the easier ones, and be done within 2 weeks, maybe 30 days tops, to where this will be available toward the end of March, beginning of April. And by then, we should have closer to 1,000 members in the Discord. I think we just crossed over, 730, 750, something like that. Okay, looks like QQQ is finding some support. Bitcoin just kind of hovering. MSTZ is at 13, so we're only down about $18. Love to see it. Love to see it, guys. Also, if you guys are still watching, join our Investing for Beginners community, guys. We have over 71,300 members. This is the first group I created before the Discord, before I even started day trading. I was more of a swing trader. Man, I just pulled in 15 people this morning, and now there's already another 5 that want to join. But in here, we have 71,000 members. Okay, it's insane how many members we have that all want to learn the same thing, right? They want to learn how to invest their hard-earned money. We have people sharing their screenshots and stuff in here, and there's always a lot going on here. I try to do my best by removing comments and banning people who send in links. I'm not trying to have other people promote their services and kind of use this massive 70,000 member platform to their advantage. Go build their own. They should be building their own group. But nonetheless, a lot of great resources. That link is in the description. I believe it's the second link in the description if you want to join the Investing for Beginners community. It's 100% free. It's a private group. And then we got our website, guys. We have a lot of stuff for you guys. A lot of resources. We have our website, which I'll be probably getting a URL, but you guys know I'm cheap. Why spend money on something for free when it works the same? Nobody types this stuff in anymore, right? They just simply click links. But this is our Investing for Beginners community. We have the home page here, little blog style setup, a little bit about me. Free weekly newsletter. I still do have that available to you guys. Some more blog type stuff. I was a Dodge Challenger that I owned for quite some time. And then our trading tools. Real-time economic calendar. This is something we use very often. This will showcase when there's a CPI, a PPI, when there's a house pricing index, when there's a FOMC meeting and stuff like that. Most anticipated earnings releases are always updated. A real-life advanced real-time chart here We can go ahead and look at MSTR. There we go. Looking pretty bad. Let's look at the 1 minute. Okay, not bad. Had a gap up. Talk about 3 stages of reversal, 3 stages of position size, support and resistance levels, risk, reward, win rate, and then of course we got the blog inside here. I will give you guys more blogs, basically kind of more like a written out version of some of my favorite videos. So a lot of great resources. That link is also in the description below. And I'm a one-man show. I'm doing all this 100% only me, right? There's some people that have teams behind them doing all this stuff, and it's just me. I'm running a YouTube channel. I'm running a Discord. I'm always constantly updating our website. We got the Facebook group, always answering questions, DMs, and comments, and always looking through stuff like that, while also building you guys a full 6-module, probably 70+ video course. So there's a lot going on. Just because I don't have a day job or work a traditional 9 to 5 doesn't mean I still don't put in the work. I'm still constantly working, guys, to provide as much value as possible to you all. And I love it. I love doing it. Let's see. I do have a video that I need to do on trend lines, which will be coming up pretty soon. All right. Guess that's it for today. I was going to show you another screenshot here, but I can't seem to find it, so that's probably where we'll end the video for today, guys. So watching our position, we're at an hour already. MSTZ is just kind of hovering right here, so if it goes lower, buy some more. Bitcoin, waiting for that to drop below that 45 EMA. When it does, MSTR will begin to sell off more. QQQ, again, drop below this 45 EMA. Even if it's just for a little while, it doesn't have to stay below the EMA, but if it drops below it for an hour or two to a position where we are comfortable selling out of our MSTZ to lock in some profits, then all the better. So I'll keep you guys updated in the trade ideas section. Appreciate you guys' time. Like always, let's remember to end the year on a green note, and we'll see you all in the next live stream. Have a great day, guys.